More than 60% of Nairobi's inhabitants live in slums. With 2.5 square kilometers, Kibera is the largest one. Additionally, nobody truly knows how many people live there, with estimates ranging from 200,000 to 1 million. Until recently, there was almost no infrastructure in Kibera. Citizens had no other option but to buy water from private companies for high prices. Sewage was left unplanned, merely running down the streets. The risk of infection was high and life expectancy was no more than 30 years. A steady flow of people moved to Nairobi through the years with hopes of jobs or even starting their own businesses. However, there were almost no possibilities and the majority ended up in Kibera. There were hardly any chances of starting one's own business as banks refused to offer the new citizens access to accounts and services. Receiving and transferring money is key to fighting poverty. The mobile money transfer system M-Pesa showed how it could work, but high fees made it still very out of reach for the poorest. It was a group of young women and men who changed the system using blockchain technology. Finally, the Kiberian people were able to start their own business. They are the Kiberian Krypto Kings. Our story begins with a group of visionaries who want to start their own business but to no feed. Despite their multitude of worthy ideas, they were rejected by the banks time and time again. Without the crucial access to bank accounts, they were not able to trade. But still they found a solution: cryptocurrencies. Startup was quick and easy. All that is required is a computer to participate in worldwide trade. This worked well, and it wasn't before long that more and more people joined them. Naturally, operating computers in Kibera posed the biggest problem. The risk that they got stolen out of the unsafe shacks was omnipresent, electricity was volatile, and they produced immense amounts of heat inside the temporary tin huts. Simply getting computers seemed at first impossible for people in the slums due to monetary limits. However, they did not need good computers per se, they instead required a lot of them. Due to illegal dumped e-waste from Europe and America, there were tons of broken computers. They had no value in selling, but with a little tinkering one could use the processors for crypto mining. So just like that, people started their business, and for the first time in their life they had a real chance to build up an existence. With this came a decrease in poverty, but a new problem: lack of space in Kibera. The Krypto Kings recognized this problem and decided to invest in communal architecture. Local building firms were organized to build a new structure above the existing city. Concrete towers rose over the slums with open platforms, which generated more and, above all else, better space to live and work. Quickly they reached their full capacity and larger structures started to be built around them. New platforms were created as an extension to the public space, filled with appropriate living spaces and all needed infrastructure. The towers act as a basic structure. Housing units can be added and modified independently. The houses are affordable as materials are sourced from everything that can be found. Old parts from shacks, wood, iron sticks for construction and clay for the walls. Depending on the residents' needs and requirements, houses can be lasting and solid or improvised and temporary. Nonetheless, the connection to the concrete tower keeps them stable. In old Kibera, the streets and paths are narrow and confusing, dark and stuffy. In contrast, stand the new towering quarters, full of light and allowing the air to flow through. The housing units are clustered every 15 meters to form neighborhoods, cozy enough to give a sense of community. The platforms also house the new marketplaces of Kibera, famous in whole Nairobi for the great variety of ideas and services. There is enough space for residents to create their businesses, to produce and sell products. Of course, all the shops have a stable connection to the internet. For the Krypto Kings, education was the key to their success. In the beginning, they educated people on how to use computers directly on the streets. The tower allowed them to build training centers where people could learn about cryptocurrencies and reuse old electronic parts. Provided is a place to exchange experiences and help in small business ideas. The engagement of the Krypto Kings proved to be a considerable improvement to the situation in Kibera. The new housing spaces created in the towers relieved the growing densification problems underground. By shifting the living upwards, the area there became free. Space could then be used to build new and improved roads through the former chaotic neighborhoods. Infrastructures like electricity, fresh water, and sewage are being installed. Long-term oriented buildings replaced improvised shacks. Open community spaces brought greenery into the village. It was not swift, rash, or even a singular action that made Kibera a better place. Instead, a slow process over many years, step by step, and with the vision of the Krypto Kings, was the former slum transformed into a prosperous village.
Your beauty so attracts the world. Everybody just wanna hear you say a word, and most of them just wanna see what you have. So let's share this love. Kibera, come